I like my office.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us here in Washington, D.C. for a conversation with Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke as he takes questions from teachers about the Federal Reserve and the economy. My name is Rose Pianalto, and I work at the Board of Governors, and I look forward to moderating today's session. Here in the boardroom of the Federal Reserve, we are pleased to host a group of 80 educators who teach economics and personal finance to young people. We are also joined via video conference by educators from all over the country who are participating in local events in 34 regional Reserve Bank and branch offices, as well as many who are viewing this via webcast. Through this session, the Federal Reserve System seeks to give you insight into our goals and activities so we can support the work that you do with students as you strive to teach them how the decisions made by the central bank affect them, their families, and the economy. Today, we are honored to bring to you Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke, who once, like you, was an educator. Before coming to the Board of Governors in 2002, Chairman Bernanke worked as a professor of economics and public affairs at Princeton University. He also chaired the Department of Economics from 1996 to 2002. Chairman Bernanke served as a governor of the Federal Reserve System from 2002 to 2005. And in 2005, he became the chair of the President's Council of Economic Advisors. He returned to the Federal Reserve as the chairman of the Board of Governors in 2006. Chairman Bernanke grew up in Dillon, South Carolina, and received a BA in economics from Harvard University and a PhD in economics from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And I might add that Chairman Bernanke's wife, Anna, is also a teacher. So thank you for joining us today, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Rose forgot to mention that I served 2 terms on the Montgomery, New Jersey School Board. so I have some direct exposure to public education as well as to university education. I do want to welcome you all here today. As educators, your work is critical to the nation and to our economy. Well-prepared students make for a productive and innovative workforce as well as for a functioning democracy. The economist Alfred Marshall once said that economics is the study of people in the ordinary business of life. And I can't imagine anything more fundamental than that. Learning about economics helps students understand how the decisions of millions of people about what to produce and what to consume determine what Adam Smith called the wealth of nations, our living standards. In particular, economics helps students understand both the strengths and the weaknesses of our free market-based system. Now, I'm sure your students have been eager to understand the economic and financial events of the last couple of years. The recent financial crisis was among the most profound challenges to economic and financial stability since the Great Depression, and its causes and its ultimate remedies have been and will continue to be widely debated. The study of economics will allow your students to join that debate in a responsible and informed way. One of the key lessons of the recent financial crisis is the importance of personal financial literacy. Many of you teach your students the skills necessary to make good financial decisions. Your efforts are of paramount importance in helping students understand how to save for the future and how to invest their money to make it grow. In retrospect, some of the people who were hurt the most during the financial crisis borrowed money they shouldn't have borrowed or signed financial contracts they shouldn't have signed. Today, students need a solid understanding of the benefits and the risks of borrowing money to buy a car or to buy a home, and of the effect that too much credit card debt can have on their personal finances. Besides improving their personal financial decision-making, teaching your students economic principles will help them as citizens understand and make choices about many of the critical issues that today confront our nation. The Federal Reserve works hard to advance financial literacy and economic education, both through our own programs and through our work with other organizations. Our financial education website provides easy access to free educational materials, a resource search engine for teachers, and games for students of various ages and knowledge levels. Some of the 12 reserve banks around the country offer economic and financial education workshops for teachers. And several reserve banks periodically provide lessons in personal finance to middle and high school students. A number of the reserve banks also run academic competitions for the middle school, high school, and college students, such as the Fed Challenge, Econ Bowl, and other essay contests. I've had the opportunity on a few occasions to judge in this room the finals of the Fed Challenge, which is an opportunity for kids to learn what the Fed does, learn about the economy. It's a great experience, and I've seen some really impressive performances from high school kids. Also, some reserve banks have open learning centers or museums in their lobbies that feature interactive exhibits and related educational programs. So if you are in a reserve bank city or in a branch city, in which there are 24 branches as well as 12 reserve banks, please inquire to see what kinds of exhibits and materials they have. Teachers tell us that visiting these centers have provided their students with valuable learning experiences. Well, I just wanted to thank you for accepting our invitation to join in this conversation. I appreciate that you're taking time away from your personal and professional commitments to be with us. As a central banker, an economist, an educator, and as a parent, I do want to thank you all for your work. It's absolutely central to our economy. It's central to our democracy that we have well-educated, well-trained students. And I also applaud the ongoing partnerships between regional reserve banks and their educators. And I'd like to express also my appreciation for Reserve Bank staff who were involved in coordinating this meeting today. So again, welcome to the Federal Reserve. Those of you on simulcast, welcome to this meeting. And I'm happy to take some questions.